What's up with it, man? It's the boy. Check me out on the Bootleg Kev Podcast, man. It's a lot of free game we giving y'all boys, man. Tune in. This shit's serious.
Bootleg Kev Podcast special guest in here. DaBoii. Repping the Bay.
Gangster.
Welcome, man. I feel like I ain't seen you since you were part of the legendary West Coast Collective.
I did with you before, huh?
Yeah, we was at the radio station.
Yeah, I know I did.
Yeah, this was like in 2017 or 18.
Yeah, one of them.
I think this was prior to you guys having any like real media training. Because I did like an interview with y'all once and it was like god awful. Yeah. And then the second go around it was a lot better. Yeah. I was like, yo, why'd they even come up here? You guys are just spaced out, tired, like not saying shit. Like,
yeah.
One word answers. No, but yo, man, first of all, congrats on just like, you know, a lot of people in your situation might have had a hard time. Like, you know, I feel like the perceived it guy in the group was Young T.O. You guys broke up. And sometimes when we see groups break up, man, like it doesn't go so well for everybody. Like, you know, I think Phoenix Flexin and Jeezy are doing a great job after the Shoreline breakup. And I think you're really like fucking killing it right now, bro. Like what, like it seems like you just kind of came out on the other side of the SOB thing, like a lot stronger and like a lot more just on your shit.
Yeah, man, I try, man. I'm just trying to keep this shit authentic, you feel me? Just keeping this shit fun. Yeah. Just being myself with this shit, you feel me? That's all.
For people who don't know what I know what it stands for, but I can't say what it stands for. What is the channel?
Young Wild Nigga.
Okay.
Yeah. You feel me? Or Young Wild Nation, however you want to play.
I prefer the Young Wild Nation.
Young Wild Nation. Yeah, I keep it PG, like on some business shit. Young Wild Nation.
You gotta have something Caucasian friendly to get off.
Yeah,
you know?
Yeah, it's Young Wild Nation for sure.
It's like when the Migos first came out and it was like YRN, and I'm like, I can't even. Like, no, it's Young Rich Nation. I'm like, no, it's not.
But they're saying that?
Yeah, it's Young Rich Nation, but it's really Young Rich, et ceteras.
Same shit.
Yeah.
Oh, mamas.
But yeah, man, I feel like you just really been on your show. Like, what do you think, like, the last couple years has kind of taught you about, like, your career and, like, where you are, like, now?
What it taught me? Shit. I ain't gonna lie, nigga had a lot of downfalls in the beginning, but I embrace all my downfalls for real. Like, I just try to, you feel me, turn on my negatives into positives, you feel me? Instead of a lot of niggas go through shit, you feel me? That shit knock their ass down. It'd be hard for them to get up, you feel me? Niggas just have to get their ass back up, you feel me? Take this shit more serious for real. Long story short, I can get into detail if you want me to.
Yeah, go ahead, man. Shit, get into it. That's what you're here for.
I mean, shit, like with the group shit, like, you gotta remember, like, when I first started rapping, I couldn't even really rap. Like, I was just saying anything, like, you feel me? Everything facts, like, you feel me? I mean, saying anything, like, it was no substance, like, you feel me? I'm just talking shit, like.
You were just running your mouth.
Yeah, like, I was really just good for a verse, you feel me? Like, I wasn't no hook guy, like, you feel me? Bro was doing all that. He was taking care of that shit. Like, you feel me? He had that shit on his back. He was going crazy. Like, he was making all the songs for real, but like, nigga had to get older for real. Like, you feel me? Nigga learn how to, I start really training myself to go to the studio more. I was never really I wasn't in the gym like that for real. Like,
you weren't getting your reps in.
Hell nah. Like, I was just a regular nigga doing regular shit, you feel me? But nigga, I ain't gonna lie, I be on that type of time now. Like, I love the studio. I don't want to do nothing but be in that bitch for real. Like, I train myself. Like, I was saying, I embrace all the dumb shit that happened. Like, as in, like, I embrace all the street shit, all the shit that, you feel me? I embrace all the cutoffs. I embrace like dropping all them weak ass verses, trying to find myself in the studio. I embrace all that shit. So, you feel me? All that shit did was just make me want to, you feel me, become a better me for real. So I had to train myself. Like, I don't know. When I was living in LA, I wasn't living in LA, I was living in Glendale. But I wasn't in my bag. I wasn't in my rap bag. Like,
shout out to Armenians.
I moved to Glendale, little LA area, to, you feel me, stay focused, get away from home, you feel me? And,
what year was that?
What was that? I think 28. 18 or 19.
So this was like...
It is 2018, 19.
So this is like peak SOB shit.
Yeah, like 2018, 19. I moved away to get focused, and I wasn't in the studio like that. Like, you feel me? I'm thugging with my niggas like as if I was home. Like, I got niggas in LA, like, you feel me? I'm kicking it with them niggas, like, you feel me? Like, just thugging. I go to the studio every now and then, but I wasn't on that. So I'm like, I could do this shit at home if I'm be on this. After my son was born, I don't know, like, nigga, I just looked him in his eye one day and like, damn, like, I gotta do this shit for real. Like, I just been going crazy ever since. Niggas just been in the studio, like, I started freestyling and shit, hella shit. But before I started freestyling, I had to start taking this shit more serious. I was taking this more serious in the studio every day. And it became more and more easy to me. And once I started freestyling, it was way more fun to me. Like, when I was writing, that shit used to feel like homework and shit. Like, you feel me? Like, it make a nigga not even want to be in the studio all night if knowing you got to write and shit, you feel me? Once I got comfortable just going in that bitch and, you feel me?
Punching in, line by line.
Punching in.
Yeah.
I had way more fun with this shit. And this shit sound way better. Like, you feel me? A lot of niggas punch in and just, you feel me, just trying to get the song done. Quantity over quality. My shit still quality. My other shit sound like quantity compared to what I got now. And I made way more songs this year or what you feel me? Like, what I ever been making all them years. Like, you feel me? Nigga comfortable in the stool. And I embrace, I was on house arrest. I got an album on November 12th called House Arrest coming out. That motherfucker finna be hot. Every song on there, I made that bitch on house arrest. What was I gonna say? I embraced that bitch because that house arrest, being on house arrest, that shit kept a nigga focused for real. Like, I ain't gonna lie, like, that shit had me on my program. Like, I couldn't do nothing but go to the house and go to the studio because that was my job, you feel me? So that's all niggas doing. So as soon as I get off this bitch, I'm out that bitch. I'll probably get, when I get off, like a month and a half or something. Yeah, I probably got off like a month and a half ago. Like, my program still the same. Like, I'm on house arrest. Like, I go to the studio and I go home. Like, you feel me? Like, I feel it. Like damn, this.
So you're still kind of on that routine, even though
I'm still on that routine. That shit be psyching me out sometimes. I'll be like, damn, like
really, I can't go because like,
like, this really what I want to do all day. Like, if it's a good feeling though.
So you would say like that the difference between you now and maybe a couple of years ago was like, do you think like you weren't maybe taking your craft serious?
Hell no, I wouldn't. Cause niggas, like, if I was taking the craft serious back then, like, we would have had way more classic shit. Like, you feel me? I would have been more of an aspect to the situation. I was a good aspect to the situation, but I'd have been a bigger aspect if I was taking it more serious. Like, yeah, I was good, but I wasn't great. Like, you feel me? Like, I'm in a process of becoming great right now.
Is there old SOB shit that you hear yourself on? You're like, man, that shit was whack. Like, fuck, I wish I...
All the time.
What's your least favorite verse?
Man, a lot of them.
A lot of them?
Yeah. I got some good ones, though, for sure.
No, for sure. But I just feel like...
good ones, though, for sure. But it's a lot of bullshit out there, to me.
That's fair. I mean, that's also dope to admit. You know, a lot of people would admit such things. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I'm my biggest critic. Like, I go, to this day, like, I could go in the studio, song come out, be like, this shit weak. Like, go to the next one. Like, you feel me? So if I make some weak shit, all that shit is gonna make me want to do is just make something better. Like, you feel me? I'm my biggest critic, though, for sure. Like, I ain't scared to say my shit weak. Like, I ain't putting that shit out if I think it's weak, too. Like, it's hella songs a nigga make that, you feel me? That
we'll never hear.
Yeah, we'll never hear.
That's fair.
I can keep the quality coming out for sure.
With house arrest, I feel, you know what's crazy is like I feel like we kind of were all on house arrest during the pandemic, and I feel like it kind of, for the people who really were hustlers or really had it in them and not on them, like it. I made more money during the pandemic than I ever had in my life, and not off of PPP loans. For people, all right, legitimately. But I feel like there's something about that where like it just kind of activates you, like something in your brain where it's like,
it activate like a different type of hustlers.
Yeah, no, facts, bro. Who else on the album?
Shit, I got O&B Peasy. I got All Black. I got Rimble, Kyla Shanae, and I got Cash Kid.
Oh, you got a lineup on there. Shout out to Rimble, man.
Cool little starting five. Shout out to him. He going crazy right now.
Yeah, Rimble's
fan of that man.
He's
different.
He's different.
He's different.
He kind of took what Draco does, but like does his own thing, like kind of a spawn of Draco, but like
he's different though.
He just talks very calmly on beats.
Yeah, like a scholar.
Yeah, it's like he's teaching like college courses.
Yeah, like
to
like
be.
he pointing out on the board or something. Like, you feel me? Yeah, he different. Like, that's how you go crazy in the game. Like, you gotta approach the style. You gotta approach this bitch like with a style of your own. You can't just approach it with something different though. It gotta be different and unique. That nigga shit different and unique. So you feel me? It's only right. Keep going crazy.
No, 100%. Do you have any sort of relationship with anybody from S.O.B. anymore?
Slimmy.
Okay. That's good. I just feel like y'all are one of the biggest what ifs like ever.
Yeah.
I don't know what it is, man, about the West Coast and not being able to keep fucking groups together. Like Shoreline Mafia came after y'all, and it was like, damn, what if like 2 more years shit could have really I remember like going and seeing you guys. I was in Seattle and shit, was it October of 2018 and you guys had a show in Seattle.
Viral.
And I was like, yo, these guys got something special going here.
Seattle love us. I love Seattle.
Yeah, no, it was crazy. But like, do you ever like think back like, man, what if we would have just all been on the same page? The kind of run you guys could have had? Are you happy with where your journey has led you?
We would have for surely been going crazy, but like it was a lot of shit going on. Like I feel everybody probably happier like how shit is right now. Like I'm happy. I know Slimmy happy. I'm pretty sure everybody else happy. Like, you feel me? We all happy. Like, you feel me? It's like everybody. What was I gonna say? Like, to me, for me, I'm gonna speak for myself. Like, I feel more refreshing. Like, you feel me? There's a lot of shit I ain't gotta deal with. You feel me? Nigga, more refreshing. I can focus. You feel me? Worry about me.
You only have well, now you have to only worry about what you want, and now you could tell your story without having to worry about. You know, I feel like that's the one thing about being in a group. It's like there's always a compromise with the creativity. You know?
Yeah. One nigga could say some stupid ass shit and, like, you feel me, everybody name tied to it. Like, you feel me? I'm refreshing. Like, I'm good. Like, I used to be stressed out, like, hella shit. Like, nigga, not stressed out. Like, no, nothing. Like, I'm good. Like,
I want to ask you this because I always when I feel like you guys had a lot of influence on a lot of people that you guys don't get credit for.
Yeah, at all.
Like when Blueface first started popping, I remember like when we interviewed Blueface, I was like, I brought y'all up because I was like, well, it's not like he's the first guy that kind of.
I fuck with Blueface.
No, and Blueface is the homie, and I think Blueface is dope as fuck. But I felt like when I heard like a guy like Blueface, I was like, I hear like the influence of what you guys were doing. Like, do you guys feel like you don't get enough props? I'm not even talking about specifically with him.
I ain't gonna lie. Like, I seen an interview with Blueface. He was like, somebody asked him about, do he listen to like motherfuckers in the Bay? He was like, nah, not really, but like I fuck with S.O.B. RBE though. Like,
that makes sense.
Me? Like, I ain't saying he got a style from it's like like shit. Like,
I just feel like you guys definitely
we created
influenced
so many,
a lot of people.
We influenced so many people. Like, you never know where motherfuckers got their sound from. So it's really motherfuckers that, you feel me, get their sound from somewhere else. That, you feel me, a motherfucker else got it from somewhere else, from somewhere else. Like,
even subconsciously, people don't even realize the shit they're influenced by.
Yeah, like a lot of motherfuckers don't be hip to our shit, but like, you feel
that shit happens with
like,
the Bay all the time though. I feel like everybody's influenced by the Bay. And
I'm not. We the blueprint around this bitch for sure. But like, a lot of motherfuckers don't know that because the sound, like, we made it universal. Like, everybody copying each other. Like, don't nobody know like where shit coming from.
Who would you say like was your and like S.O.B.'s influences like coming up? Because at the time when you guys are coming up, that's probably right around the time like HBK gang started to kind of cool off and like kind of go their own way.
I used to listen to HBK gang in middle school for so heavy. I used to love them boys. Then they're like beginning of high school too. What was I gonna say? Our influences, like our main influences, was really like NWA. Like, you feel me, just coming out rowdy, rapping on like them old school beats and shit. Like, Detroit was a part of that shit too. Like,
yeah, there's something about Detroit and the Bay that's like they're like married to each other somehow.
Yeah, like all my niggas was listening. That's all they listened to was Detroit niggas. Like, to this day, like, my niggas love Detroit music. Like, you feel me? So
the Bay loves Detroit, and Detroit loves the Bay.
I'm around these niggas like, you feel me? You are who you hang around. So I start loving that shit too. Like, you feel me?
A lot of the same tempo on a lot of records.
I had Bust in like 2014. Like, you feel me? Like, before I was rapping, like, we was already on that. Like, And we all, I guess that shit just all came together and we just put that shit in one. Like, but nigga, we really wanted to. The only thing niggas really took from Detroit though, I give them. Niggas took the glasses though. I ain't gonna lie, like that nigga Slimmy, like he used to show me. He used to slap hella Detroit niggas and all them. I used to love them glasses. I used to be like, oh, them bitches is dope. What them called? You feel me? As soon as he told me, I had them bitches. I never took them bitches off. You feel me? I love them bitches. To this day, I don't even wear them bitches like that. I got some, but like I don't even like wearing them bitches. Like if I get some, I might get the clear lens or something. Like you feel me? Looking like an intellectual around this bitch. Like I ain't trying to be buffed.
Looking like Rumble. Looking like how Rumble sounds.
Yeah, give motherfuckers some free game
like
around this bitch. Yeah.
Hey, what up, man? We got to interrupt the interview real quick to tell you about our family at Odd Socks. Now, when I be riding for Odd Socks so hard, man, it's because I really love the product. They got the most comfortable socks in the fucking world. I got a pair of Odd Socks Basics on right now. Go get those. They got the socks, WWE joints, you know what I'm saying? Shout out to The Undertaker, Pepsi, motherfucking, really whatever you need. Some weed socks, Nickelodeon. But really, they got the draws now, ladies and gentlemen. I'm holding a pair of Tapatio underwear right now. You want some Pop-Tarts on your dick? Pop-Tart draws. And these motherfuckers are so comfortable. Like, man. So listen, you got to go to oddsocksofficial.com and use the promo code, the discount code Bootleg Kev at oddsocksofficial.com. You'll save 20% off underwear, the most comfortable socks in the world. Crazy licenses. Not only they got the WWE, they got the Scarface, they got the Street Fighter, they got the Nickelodeon, they got it all. So make sure you hit that website, oddsocksofficial.com. Save 20% off with the promo code Bootleg Kev. All right? Go do that. Shout out to Odd Socks. Let's get back to the interview. What part of the Bay you from?
I'm from Vallejo.
Shout out to Vallejo. We just had LaRussell up here who's doing his thing.
Yeah, he going crazy.
Yeah,
I fuck with LaRussell.
I feel like Vallejo's like man, we were talking
we trendsetters.
For sure.
We trendsetters and we ain't getting no flowers around this bitch, but I mean shit. It's all good. We just gonna take over this bitch and they're gonna see later.
Is it frustrating like for people who aren't from the Bay, how they just box everything into like, oh, you're from San Francisco?
And it ain't frustrating, but like I know how everybody think. I got that understood. That's how they gonna think.
But like earlier when you got here, you were like Glendale.
Yeah.
Because it's not the same thing, but you know what I'm saying?
Like I got some niggas from LA, like you feel me? So I already know how that.
It's kind of like the same thing when people think of the Bay, they think of like San Francisco and they just box it all in. And it's like, no, San Francisco is a city.
Yeah, for sure.
Totally different
LA
thing.
And Glendale, totally.
Yes.
Totally different things. So I had to correct myself on that one. So wasn't living in LA.
I was gonna say, well, what is it about Vallejo you think that like has produced so much historical talent? And like like you said, I do feel like there's a lot of transcending that comes out of Vallejo.
I mean, shit, like I said, like we trendsetters. Like we got boys that grew up. Like we got legends from out there. We got Mac Dre, like you feel me, big legend. Like the whole world know about him. We got E40. We got Be Legit. What else we got? CC Sabathia. Like we got hella motherfuckers. Like
shout out to the Yankees.
Yeah, like we got legends around that bitch. Like
yourself, Nef DeFaro's from there.
Yeah, Nef DeFaro, all them niggas, man. Like thing about us, like we like to be different too. Like you feel me? We don't like to see what a nigga doing and then like try to sound like a nigga. No, none of that. We all like to be different, stand out. What
is like if you're from Vallejo? Coming up, which football team does Vallejo usually choose? We know E40's a Niner fan. Mm-hmm. Is it the Raiders or is it the Niners? Obviously now the Raiders are from Vegas.
I ain't gonna lie, my parents from Oakland, so they went for the Raiders. So that's what I grew up rooting for. But like people around me, like growing up, like motherfuckers I met growing up in the V, like yeah, I think the motherfuckers really be going for the. It be 50-50.
Yeah.
Niners, Raiders. A lot of Niner fans though.
Is the bipping thing like as big of a deal in Vallejo as it is like in San Francisco?
Not as big, but you'll get your ass bipped out there though.
Cause that shit is crazy.
And it's big.
I heard like right now that they have like $100,000 reward if you could turn someone in who is doing that shit.
Hell yeah, I seen that shit. I don't think that shit true though. I mean, shit. I ain't see it on the news or something. I just seen it on like a blog site.
Like it's a meme. Like, is it real?
Yeah, like that type shit. Like
Because I might turn myself in for bipping if I'm gonna. That might be worth doing a few months in jail for 100 bands. You know what I'm saying?
That nigga playing.
No, that shit's crazy. And then I saw like
that wifey hold it down till you get out. Huh?
Yeah, like we got 100K. We're gonna chill 90 days. You know.
Like, yep, don't bail me out. Keep all that.
I'm gonna steal this iPad from myself. You know, the bipping shit in San Francisco is insane. Like it's
hell yeah.
I know Burner's putting out he's putting out a movie that kind of is all about that shit, like a hood, like paid in full, like
it's niggas that come up hundreds of bands off that shit, like man,
that shit's crazy.
I don't even want to get no free game on that, but yeah, it get your ass bipped.
Yeah, because it's almost like like the lotto, right? Like you just hit as many cards and like hope that one of them has someone slipping.
Lotto for sure.
And then there's so much weed money coming in and out of San Francisco.
Lotto for sure.
Those dispensaries is all cash. It's like, you know,
yeah.
That's crazy. When we're talking about this album, House Arrest, what was like the most challenging part about making this project for you?
Challenging. I ain't gonna. The only challenging part I had with this project was picking out my songs.
Because you had so many?
That shit was done before, but I had everybody listen to it. That's like, nigga, you gotta start doing features. Like, you ain't got no features. Like, that shit made me realize, like, okay, features really do matter. Like, cause it's a nigga it's a motherfucker that listen to your tape just cause they favorite rapper on that bitch. Like, you feel me?
That's some real shit, bro.
And if that shit sounded good, like, you feel me, they might fuck around and give your whole album a try.
Yeah.
You feel me? Mama's, but like, features is important. Like, from now on, I'm doing all features. If I do a tape with no features, it might be like something small, like a little EP or something.
Right.
Like, I don't even like listening to niggas' tapes if they ain't got no features, unless they like really one of them boys. But like, you gotta have features. Like, I see that shit now.
It's very rare to see a project with no features too. Like J. Cole does it. I know Key Glock just put an album.
Niggas do that.
Key Glock's album comes out tonight, and then there's zero features. He dropped the track listing like. And he was like, I'm revealing my features, and it was just nobody. It was
for real.
Key Glock featuring Key Glock.
That's what it say.
No, I mean no, but it's pretty much the case. Yeah.
I say that.
Did you have to pay for any of your features on this album?
Nah.
Everybody did for the love.
Yeah.
Little swap.
Yeah, I ain't never paid for a feature. I pay for a feature though, the right one.
Yeah, the right one's always worth it, but
yeah, I pay for a feature for sure.
Was there anyone you tried to like tap in with that it just didn't end up working out?
I mean, shit, like, not nobody that replied back for real. Like, I probably hit a motherfucker trying to work. Like, you know how that shit be. Like, when a motherfucker booming, like, they ain't gonna see your DM for real. Like, you feel me? Niggas got motion. Like, them bitches wash up.
Yeah.
Hey.
And they also like you're like if you're that big, you get so many DMs.
My
your shit can get lost.
My DMs wash up, and I ain't even as big as, you feel me, a motherfucker that I'm trying to work with. You feel me? So I can only imagine.
Who are your favorite artists right now that you're like a fan of that you're really fucking with?
I fuck with Dirk. I fuck with ESTG. I fuck with Lil Baby. I fuck with 4-2. That nigga hard.
Yeah, he's crazy.
Let me see. I fuck with that nigga Babyface too. Baby, I fuck with everybody in the Bay too. Like, Bay going crazy. Like, I listen to shit. That's one thing about me. Like, I ain't late on nothing. Like,
who out of the Bay, like, can you that you think is kind of like representing the area well right now? That's newer.
Right now, my little bro out there going crazy. That nigga Kato, he got a song called "Go Off." That motherfucker like viral on TikTok. That motherfucker slap too. You gotta look that motherfucker up. Like, I ain't gonna lie, whole Bay going crazy. Like, whole San Francisco. Like, this motherfuckers in Oakland going crazy right now. Like, we got a little motion in the V. Like, you feel me? It's some Stockton ain't the Bay, but like, you feel me?
Stockton's
it's
doing
NorCal though, but like Stockton going crazy.
It's going crazy right now.
Stockton going crazy.
So why I drove through Stockton?
Poppin'.
I drove through Stockton last month with my boy who's from there. I was like, damn, this ain't no place to play around with here.
Hey, it's treacherous for sure.
Yeah, I'm like, who would have thought? I just think of Stockton. I don't know why. I mean, I've never been there. I just always think of like some small little town, you know what I'm saying? And,
it's trenches over there for sure.
and then you hear some of these artists out of there, the shit, they're like, damn, is Stockton that crazy? And
I ain't never really been out there like that for real, but like
you've never had a show in Stockton?
I
feel like that had to have happened by now.
Probably,
especially with SOB.
If we did, it was probably like one time. But like I ain't never been to like no hood or nothing over there. Like
Dave's Hot Chicken touchdown.
I probably went to like Dave's Hot Chicken going crazy. I probably went to like a auntie house or something back in the day when I was little, but I ain't never seen like they hoods or none of that shit.
Right.
Like I know it's trenches out there though for sure. I just ain't got no business out there.
What would it take for you and the other guys from SOB to ever do like a reunion project? Or is there been so much shit said to where it's like no coming back from at this point?
I don't think that shit have happened, gang. Yeah, I don't know about that one. I mean, shit, if that shit happened, nigga, we must be dead.
Wow.
You feel me?
That's like, what it is.
Or somebody else put that shit without everybody permission type shit. Like, you feel me?
What about you and Slimmy? Would you guys do like an offshoot of like, since you're still tight with him? Like,
yeah, we just dropped the tape. We dropped the tape called Still Gangin' like a couple months ago. I think in September.
Was that received well from like the OG fans?
You said it was received well?
Yeah, like did that? Because I feel like a lot of your guys' fans were so fucking crazy and diehard.
Yeah, it was fucking with that shit. But a lot of motherfuckers, you know how they want the whole group. But like, you feel me? This only the beginning. Like, you feel me? I ain't worry about it. Like, we got shit on the way. Like, this shit only get better and better.
Hey, there it is, man. Shout out to Vallejo. Vallejo's finest in the building. So look, November 12th, the album is out.
November 12th.
House Arrest.
Yes, sir.
Love the name.
Yes, sir.
How many songs altogether you sitting on right now?
I don't even know. Sometimes I look at my email and just go through it and I be like, damn, I forgot about this shit. Like, I got hella shit. Like, and I could put 10 tapes together right now if I want to. But like, you know how that shit be. I'm only pick out the quality. Like, you feel me? A lot of shit, like the sound kind of old. Like, you feel me? Like, I keep the crispiest ones around though. Like, I don't lose them bitches. Like, a lot of songs, if I forgot about it, like, it ain't one of the ones then. But like, shit, that shit like cool to keep in the archives for like, you feel me, for the future. Like, motherfuckers might create albums. I might create albums and shit. Motherfuckers might create albums and shit for my son and shit when a nigga not here and shit, you feel me?
That's some real shit.
Make some cheese out that shit, but it's some shit gonna be left back for sure.
I just had a homie who, he's got like a little following and he put out he took all those songs that like he'll never put out and he put them on an album that fans would never be on DSPs. So he sold them for $100. It was like 30 records on a CD or on a USB drive.
See, I do some.
And he sold like 1,000. He sold 1,000 of them. So he hit like $100,000 lick like that.
Yeah, I'm
just selling shit that he never planned on taking out, like putting out, and it's never gonna be on DSPs.
Yeah, that's the way to do it for sure. And I got some shit that I ain't never gonna put out that's still hot, but it's like the shit I'm putting the hottest out. I still got some hot shit out, but I'm putting the hottest out. So I'm gonna fuck around and do that CD shit for real.
For sure, man. Well, listen, we appreciate you pulling up. The album is out on next Friday, right?
November 12th. I don't know what.
Is it next Friday? What's today? Today's the 6th. Oh yeah, so next Friday.
Next Friday.
Thursday,
yes,
9 p.m. PST, midnight EST, man.
Yes,
go
sir.
Get the album. Shout out to DaBoii.
Yes,
appreciate
sir.
you pulling up. Shout out Vallejo, man.
Yes, sir. Shout out, True. Thank you
Boom.
for having me.
My guy.
Yes, sir.